Rough little time for the Department of Homeland Security. Their disinformation board is put on hold for the minute, mostly because their truth and information czar, who Alejandro Mayorkas, he was firmly behind Nina Jankovic, but then all of a sudden she resigns from her post. Maybe they took a look at her TikTok account. White House Disinformation Board paused as its leader submits resignation. Oh, after 3 weeks? What happened? What changed? Work on Biden's administration's controversial Disinformation Governance Board was paused about 3 weeks after it was announced. Was it ever fully implemented? Well, probably the machinations had been worked on previously to this, even before the announcement, but the board itself, the official organization, it's paused. It's paused until we find somebody less attractive, maybe? I don't know. According to the person hired to run the panel. The move comes amid concerns that the board would be weaponized by the administration against dissenting voices. No, all you need to do is just take a look at some of the statements from Nina Jankovic and figure out that that's exactly what it was going to be used for, even though it's supposed to just be targeting violence and stuff. That's why you're looking after speech? Okay. Jankovic, who was tapped by the White House, different ideology, and a couple of years ago also would have tapped that, to be in charge of the newly created board, told news outlets on May 18th that she submitted her resignation. In a statement, Jankovic also confirmed that the board's work is paused and its future uncertain. God bless. Round of applause on that one. After it was learned that the board would be led by Jankovic, who the administration claimed was an expert in online disinformation, a number of users found posts she made on Twitter that claimed the Hunter Biden laptop was part of a Russian disinformation campaign. She was going to be in charge of truth and reconciliation. Oh, I'm sorry, she was going to be a part of disinformation governance. But she fully, wholeheartedly believed the Russia disinformation campaign was behind Hunter Biden's very real, very legitimate laptop for a long time. But anyways, she also made posts doubting discredited Steele dossier. Yes, the P-tape, right, which was used to smear former President Donald Trump. The dossier was later discredited because it was just so fantastical nobody could take it authentically. Plus, of course, your Amber Heard, because that bitch will believe any kind of a story. After 6 years dedicated to the study of disinformation and best practices and in responding to it, I joined the Department of Homeland Security to be the executive director of the Disinformation Governance Board with the intention of supporting the department's important work. What important work? Addressing disinformation that affects the homeland. Okay, cool, great. What's like the NSA doing? Anyways. A spokesperson for the DHS confirmed to the Washington Post, they're all in bed with one another, kids, that the board has been suspended. Spokesperson who alleged that Jankovic was subjected to unjustified and vile personal attacks and physical threats. Oh my god, I faced death threats online. Oh no, people were going to do horrific things to me. Right, yeah, wonderful. Without elaborating, of course, that they never do. In congressional hearings and in media interviews, the secretary has repeatedly defended her as eminently qualified and underscored the importance of the department's disinformation work. That's why they put it on pause, even after, the czar was going to step down, so you had to put it on pause because it was all centered around her and her ideology. And then people got wise to that and realized that, hey, what the administration has been saying previous to all of this shit has been total nonsense, so we're supposed to take you at face value now? And if we're being honest and forthright about things, don't you think the Department of Homeland Security has more pressing issues at play here? Like, how about, guess what? Border agents encounter a record 260,450 illegal immigrants in April. That's a record. That's like probably the highest that it's, if not ever been. It's got to be top 5, right? Like I've been saying over and over and over again, month over month over month, it's been at least 200, 210, 220,000 fucking border catchings every fucking month with unknown amount of people successfully crossing. And how many of those 260,000 people were turned back? 0. How many of them were housed and then flown about the country and then just given a piece of paper? Oh, don't worry, just come back for your hearing whenever you're near. Right. But DHS is supposed to be in control and they're supposed to be overseeing the border. But instead, no, they're more concerned about what people are talking about online as opposed to securing the nation so that there is something to actually look after and control. Cool. Border officials processed a record 260,450 illegal and inadmissible aliens during April, according to a newly released Customs and Border Protection data. More than 202,300 illegal border crossers were apprehended by Border Patrol agents, while an additional 58,140 individuals represented themselves at ports of entry, 21,137 of whom were Ukrainians. And again, why on fucking earth are any countries like west of Poland accepting any Ukrainian immigrants? Okay, doesn't make any sense. Okay, when you're trying to flee a country in war, which is kind of funny how that's progressing right now. Oh, they're at a standstill. Those Ukrainians are fighting back. Hashtag stand with Ukraine. They've seceded Mariupol and Azov as well. So yeah, no, it's going great for them, but maybe we'll touch back on that here shortly. Maybe it's good there's that whole abortion gimmick to be talking about in the media, because now they don't have to talk about the failings of Ukraine after Zelensky's out there posing with literally everybody. Well, actually, no, it's not like this. It's more like, yep, that type of a photo op. He's a short, slight man with not very good leadership capabilities. But yeah, the 58,000 people who turned up, nearly half were Ukrainians. Okay, what are we doing here? Are they ever going to go back? Nah, fuck no. Numbers are an increase of almost 68% over fiscal year 2021 numbers, which was also a record-breaking year on its own. Yeah, exactly. Okay, because this was still in full swing. This was probably about the time where everybody was starting to notice there's a border crisis. And then how did the administration react to this? We'll put the vice president on it. How's she been doing? Here's the results. The number of apprehensions, is marked higher than any April on record, including during the past 10 years, when apprehensions ranged from a low of 11,000 in 2017 to 99,273 in 2019, until last year when it hit 173,701, slightly up from 2017 numbers, just a little bit. Border Patrol agents in Texas are the busiest. No shit. Well, more than 128,000 arrests during April, an average of 4,260 per day. Along with the whole southwest border, agents are apprehending an average of 6,700 illegal aliens per day. Department of Homeland Security officials are warning of an increase in illegal crossings up to 18,000 per day once the Title 42 Public Health Authority is revoked. Again, instead of talking about UFOs and shit, don't you think Congress should probably be looking to ratify and codify Title 42 into making it, law, so that you can at least try to stem the crisis that's going on at the border? Nah. We just need to hold these show trials, because if we overturn Roe v. Wade, it'll just literally be a genocide on women's rights, which again point to any point in the Constitution where abortion is a right. But you can point to the legal system and see multiple things that a woman has the right to, as opposed to what a man does. And now there is institutional sexism, but it doesn't work the way that you weirdos think it does. During April, almost 94,700 illegal immigrants, almost 70,000 of whom were Mexican nationals. No, they're all coming from that triangle of terror of Guatemala, El Salvador, and I forget the other place. It doesn't really much matter. They're all coming from there. 70,000 of the 94,000 were Mexican. Okay. Were quickly expelled under Title 42, while 107,310 were processed under Title 8 immigration law and ushered into the United States. Great, wonderful, fantastic. And I'm sure all 107,310 of them turned up for their first appearances, right? The fact that our borders are not open and we still continue to remove those who enter our country unlawfully and have no legal basis to stay. CPB Commissioner Chris Magnus, said in a statement. Sweet last name. After many months of planning, we are executing a comprehensive strategy to safely, orderly, and humanely manage our borders, build the wall. CPB is surging personnel and resources to the border, increasing processing capacity. Yeah, no, it should just be trebuchets with more seats and a tighter band to fling them farther. Securing more ground-to-air transportation. Just fuel up the jets and then just kick them out the cargo hold. What are we doing? And increasing medical supplies, food, water, and other resources to ensure a humane environment for illegals crossing the border. Why? Send them back over the fucking Rio Grande, okay? And then just, you know what you should be stocking up with? Crocodiles and alligators and piranhas. to make it difficult to come across. What are we doing here? CBP's focus has been to increase the availability of to quickly release illegal aliens from Border Patrol custody, including the widespread use of parole authority that was used in the past sparingly or as a stopgap measure. Great. Under parole status, illegal immigrants don't have to provide Border Patrol with evidence of a credible fear of asylum and are permitted entry for 1 year without any preconditions. Wait a minute. So under this authority, I can get into the United States for like a year and nobody's going to hassle me? Give me some ideas. Except a quick background check to get into the United States crime database. Oh yeah, I've never committed a crime in the United States. Great, wonderful. This will be fantastic. During April, Border Patrol agents released more than 40,000 illegal aliens as parolees, 15,000 more than in March. Great, I know what I'm going to be doing. We are addressing a level of migration that is historic. Illegal immigration in Mayorkas. But great, no, that's wonderful. I'm glad you made that statement during a press conference in McAllen, Texas on May 17th. So at least you were down there recently. Cool. But now that you have all of those resources filled up because you put a pause in that disinformation board, you should be able to address this. And I'm sure the numbers in May will be nowhere as historic as 260,000, right? Is that what it was when we're all said and done? 260,450? Yeah, no, those will be down because you'll have more resources available to you and you'll really start to care about that. You won't just keep that on the back burner as a crisis in waiting, right? No, of course not. With all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. Why don't you follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.